We all know how much a tooth pain can hurt. It's that kind of pain that you forget how bad it is until it happens again, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is hell. Well, a tooth abscess is said to be the worst of them all. As the tooth decays, bacteria enters it and the wound around it, causing infection and swelling. If it gets to the bones, it's game over. The infection can spread to other teeth or even to the whole jaw, causing excruciating pain, a fever, swelling, and just a general hatred of life. If you're not sure if you have an abscessed tooth, press the gum. If pus oozes out of it, then yeah, your tooth is abscessed. Stop watching this video and go and see a doctor right now. At the number 4 spot now, guys, we have a torn Achilles. Your Achilles tendon is the largest of its kind in your body, running from your calf down to your heel. If it does rupture, you'll hear an actual popping noise and then the pain will come. Many people say it's like taking a bullet to the leg. A muscle that important just shouldn't snap like that. It's not good. Unfortunately, it can be a fairly common occurrence among athletes. If it is bad enough, they may even require surgery to repair the damage. Coming at number 3 now, we have the post-puncture headache. The technical term for this is a puncture of your brain's dura mater. That's a thin membrane that surrounds your brain and spinal cord. The puncture can sometimes be caused by surgery or leaking spinal fluid in your body. Either way, the results are the same. It causes a headache to end all headaches. It's been described as like having a searing hot piece of metal spread all across your brain. Soon after one develops, sufferers experience nausea, vomiting, pain in their limbs, hearing loss, tinnitus, vertigo, and dizziness, to name but a few. Oh, and also moving makes it about 10 times worse. Just remember this, guys, next time you have a normal headache, it's probably fine. Next up at number 2 now, we have crucifixion. A lot of you may know this one as the way the Romans killed Jesus Christ. For the Romans, crucifixion was not just an execution method, it was a form of torture. It's specifically designed to keep the victim alive as long as possible. The condemned was normally nailed to a cross which left their full weight hanging from their arms. They would then be left outside for days and days without any food or water until they died, usually from exhaustion or asphyxiation. That's if the soldiers hadn't lethally wounded them with weapons before that. If you ever doubt how much crucifixion would actually hurt, just know that it's where we get the word excruciating from. Ugh.
I contemplate the moment in the garden, the idea of allowing your own crucifixion.
And finally, at number 1 now, we have Ling Chi. This is another form of torture that comes from medieval China. The name means death by 1,000 cuts. The condemned was tied to a wooden frame and then the flesh was cut from the body in multiple slices. The purpose was to cause as much pain as possible while still keeping the victim alive. It was also meant to be a brutal act of humiliation, and the events often drew big crowds. It was a punishment reserved for serious crimes such as treason, but perhaps the most shocking thing is that it only got banned in the last century. This was a perfectly legal form of punishment in China right up until 1905, and definitely the most painful I've ever heard of. Well guys, I hope watching this video wasn't too painful for you all, but